Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's September 22nd, 2016. In a few hours, Thursday night football will be kicking off. The Houston Texans are traveling to New England to face the Patriots. Lifetime on Thursday night football, the Texans have 1 win and 5 losses, and the Patriots have 4 wins and 1 loss. What I'm going to talk about in this video is the way this game is scripted, why Jacoby Brissett is getting his first official start today against the Texans. And in the end, I'll explain why I think the script favors the Patriots to win in this game. Last night when I did this work, the Texans were a 1-point favorite with the over-under at 40.5. Right before game time, it has changed. Even this morning, it was still the same, but just recently it changed. New England is now the 1-point favorite, and the over-under is 39.5. Slight change. We're going to talk about why the over-under is hanging right at 40. By the end of this video, what you will understand is how the NFL is truly scripted if you pay attention. And if you doubt what I'm saying is true, go back and visit my history of predictions, the amazing things that I have truly predicted. I don't think anybody in the history of the NFL ever had a Super Bowl prediction as good as mine last year. I called both teams before the playoffs were even set. I called the Broncos super early in the season. I called who the MVP would be. I said there'd be a Black Panther tribute. I was able to make these predictions only because I understand how professional sports is scripted and synced up with what's going on in news media. The NFL, the news, it all comes mostly through the television. And there's a gang that rules what comes through the TV. The TV is a propaganda programming device and nothing more. All of these things, NFL, news media, they're all used to deceive, to program. It's so simple to see if you're open-minded and awake. You know, you watch the football game, and throughout the football game, you're getting told to join the military, buy a new vehicle, drink beer. You know, you're hearing commentators bring up propaganda of the past, such as September 11th. You're seeing athletes be shamed for things that there's no shame in, such as smoking marijuana. There's no shame in smoking marijuana or speaking out against the lies of 9/11. The NFL always shames on those topics. And what's so pathetic is we live in this society where there's all these man-made pharmaceutical drugs that kill people, which are kosher and fine and what you should go seek out if you have pain, when there's the age-old remedy, the best pain solver there ever was that comes from the earth, which is marijuana. That's why so many athletes smoke marijuana, because it eases their pain and doesn't have negative health consequences. The reason marijuana is illegal is for agenda. You know, marijuana can be grown cheaply, can solve 1,000 different ailments. That's not good for-profit corporations. The same types of things that advertise during your football game, from car companies to beer companies to pharmaceutical companies. Okay, so lecture over. Notice that last night they were reporting the temperature was going to be 84 degrees. They're still sticking with that same temperature. You know, just for them writing that, here's what you need to know about that number. In the language of gematria, United States of America equals 84, Revolutionary War equals 84, Lincoln was assassinated on a date with 84 numerology, the name Obama equals 84, his birthday is 8/4. At the end of World War II, there was a book written called 1984, and one of the most memorable quotes from that book, which is about a futuristic nation that's a lot like ours, where the people are ruled over with screens and propaganda and lies, and all they're obsessed with are sports and beer and gambling, right from the book. Football, beer, and above all, gambling filled up the horizon of their minds. To keep them in control was not difficult. And that quote could not be any more true than the average American male. The average American male is a slave who isn't too happy with their life, but is too afraid to complain about it. And instead of acknowledging what's wrong with the world they live in, they subdue themselves to the lies and go along with the lies and hate those who speak truth, which is the exact same in the book 1984. That's what almost every American male is like in this country, you know, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic. The average American male would rather watch rigged football, which is so painfully obvious that it's rigged, than enlighten themselves to the truth of this world. And that's what this quote's all about. So check this out. Last week on Thursday night, the Jets defeated the Bills in the 1968 Jets Super Bowl tribute. Game finished with a sum of 68 points. I talked about it even before the game and why I thought the Jets would win. That same night, Houston, the college football team that upset Oklahoma in week 1 of college football, they won with 30 points. Last week was a date with 40 numerology. Houston and gematria equals 40. The college team won with 40 points last night. As I continue to say, the pros in college are rigged the same way. Thursday night football, TNF happens to have gematria of 40. So does Houston. Thus why Houston scored 40 points last week in the win. The reason the over-under is hanging right around 40 is because this is the way the game's scripted. It's very likely that this game finishes very close to 40 points. And it could go to either team, but what I'm going to tell you is why I think the Patriots have the edge as we go through this video. The date numerology for today, September 22nd, 2016. Date was 67 numerology. Very important number to Freemasonry. Robert Kraft is a Freemason, the owner of the Patriots. The name of the owner of the opposing team, the Houston Texans. For a second, I forgot who the Patriots were playing. The Houston Texans, their owner is Robert C. McNair. So anyhow, today's date also has a life lesson number of 40. Last week, the way the dates fell, Thursday had 40 numerology. Again this week, 40 life lesson number today. Houston equals 40. The over-under right at 40 points on Thursday Night Football, TNF. It's also a date with 22 numerology, plus it's the 22nd day of the month. 22, the master builder number in numerology. The word master has gematria of 22. Boston has gematria of 22. This game in Foxborough, Boston, Massachusetts. Brock, the first name of the starting quarterback for the Patriots. Brock, 22. It's also a date with 47 numerology. I just showed how Jimmy Garoppolo was injured 47 days after Tom Brady's birthday. 47, special number to the NFL, the first Super Bowl in the 47th season of the league. Super Bowl 47 had the 33-minute blackout. National Football League and blackout have the same gematria. 33-minute blackout at Super Bowl 47. This year it's Super Bowl 51, the 47th Super Bowl of the modern era. Jimmy Garoppolo injured by the numbers 47 days after Brady's birthday. And remember, the day before that was 46 days after. The day before, Brady was in the headlines for playing catch with Harbaugh at Michigan, where he went to school. Michigan equals 46. He was at Michigan 46 days after his birthday making headlines. And I might be wrong about this, but if Tom Brady was the 199th pick, I haven't looked at this for years. I'm going off the top of my head here. I think he was the 199th pick of his draft. If Brady was the 199th pick by the Patriots the year he was selected, 199 is the 46th prime number. He went to Michigan, visiting Michigan 46 days after his birthday. I bring up this point about Hank Stram. He founded the original Texans team, which was in Dallas. Remember, the first Texans game was Dallas Cowboys versus Houston Texans. I think the Texans upset the Cowboys in their own building, if I remember right. But Hank Stram, who founded the original Texans team, he died on July 4th, a date that can be written 4/7 or 7/4. Remember, Masonic equals 74, Jewish 74, Holiday 74, Independence Day 74, English 74, Gematria 74. Out of the 50 states, only one sums to 74, the 33rd state, Oregon. That date can also be written 4/7. The word foundation equals 47, framework 47, authority 47, obey 47, judge 47, gavel 47, jury 74. Special numbers, and they're the reason they are the numbers for the birthday of our nation. This nation founded by Freemasons and Jewish bankers and have always run it by the numbers. Gematria, mostly a Jewish practice. Most NFL owners, Freemasons or Jewish. So anyway, Hank Stram, a name with 33 gematria, dead on July 4th. Founded the original Texans team. He's from Chicago, the birthplace of football. Remember, National Football League equals 85. The last time a Chicago team won the Super Bowl was the Bears in the 85 season. Not a coincidence. The date he was born, a date with 46 numerology. Chicago equals 46. Chicago, birthplace of NFL again. January 3rd, also the birthday of Eli Manning and David Tyree. Never seen my work on helmet catch. You should check that out. So anyway, here's where it gets really interesting. Jacoby Brissett, the third-string QB for the Patriots going into the season, is starting tonight because Brady's suspended and Garoppolo is supposedly injured. Getting injured after his 27th attempt on a date with 27 numerology, a fateful number. 47 days from Brady's birthday, he was tackled by number 47. 47, this special number having to do with Super Bowls. It was also 45 days before his upcoming birthday, Garoppolo. New England equals 45. New England won the 45th Super Bowl of the modern era, Super Bowl 49 over the team from Washington, the Seattle Seahawks. Washington equals 49. The year the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl, remember the first points came in the 12th second with an intentional safety by the Broncos, the 12th man in Seattle. The Seahawks won with 43 points. Seattle Seahawks equals 43. Every single Super Bowl is scripted to the point. They're all scripted. Your entire NFL is a rigged joke. It's a play with athletic actors. And for those of you who don't understand why men would go out and compete hard in a rigged game, you're probably not very good at math. Go divide 20 million by the amount of money you make each year, and you'll probably have all your questions answered for you. Would you go out and, participate in rigged football to make 200 times what you're going to make this year or more? So anyway, Jacoby Brissett getting his first start ever against the Houston Texans in the year of Super Bowl 51, and if the Patriots win tonight, they'll be 5-1 in Thursday Night Football. 5-1 in the year of 51, with Jacoby Brissett starting against the Houston Texans. And his name in simple English gematria sums to 112, just like Houston. Not a coincidence. This year, Prince died on the 112th day of the year at age 57. 57's connected to Super Bowls. We'll talk more about it. The name Peterson equals 112. The name Bridgewater equals 112. Prince died in Minnesota. The Minnesota players with 112 connections have gone down this year. I think it's all part of an ongoing riddle by the numbers. These players, what you have to understand is they're Manchurian. They're born and they're bred to be. They're named accordingly. They're birthed accordingly. Because your NFL's been scripted and mapped out for decades in advance. It's very clear that they've synced up all the Super Bowls. So, that means it's all part of an ongoing script, which means it's all planned. Go through the work and all that I've shown. It's undeniable if you pay attention. Jacoby Brissett, he's number 7. This is going to be the Patriots' 7th game against the Texans tonight. Texans, a relatively new team. He was the 91st overall pick. Not a coincidence either. If you count 1 through 13 and add them together, all those numbers 1 through 13, it sums to 91. New England in gematria sums to 99. If you write out 13 as a word, it sums to 99. I just did a video on why George H.W. Bush endorsed Hillary 99 days after his birthday. Check it out. These numbers are very significant. The Bavarian Illuminati was established with 13 families May 1st, 1776, a date with 99 numerology. 1399 special numbers coded into the New England Patriots, the biggest beneficiaries of the September 11th false flag by the numbers. And if you've never seen my work on September 11th by the numbers, it's the most undeniable work I've ever done. I noticed that Jacoby, his birthday, it's a date with a life lesson number of 44. This year, the Super Bowl's on a date with 44 numerology. In the movie Oblivion, it talks about the Super Bowl in 2017, says it's the last ever played. Houston, do we have a problem? I guess J.J. Watt was on the NFL Network today wearing a shirt that literally says, Houston, do we have a problem? His birth numerology also corresponds with the name Robert Kraft. You want to know who's farming these athletes? You don't have to look far. It's the people who run these leagues right in front of our face. Also a date with 26 birth numerology, the God number, very special number. The number in mathematics that breaks down to the symbol that is the football, known as the Vesica Piscis, the mandorla. Something interesting about the starting quarterback for the Broncos, he was the 57th overall pick for the Broncos. Last year, all year, ESPN ran the story about 57 kids from Indiana named after Peyton Manning. All year, that story was up on their website with a minute 31 long video. 57 in gematria is a word, same thing as championship, the same thing as Super Bowl. Brock Osweiler won the Super Bowl with the Broncos last year, went to the Texans in the offseason. Brock Osweiler in gematria sums to 83. Peyton Manning's born on the 83rd day of the year. Tom Brady born on 8/3. So much 83 and 85 coded into the athletes of the NFL, the number for football, the number for National Football League. See my video on Jerry Maguire and all that's coded into that. I used that movie well before the Super Bowl to say that there would be a Black Panther tribute. Go watch. The proof is all on this channel. The word Texans in gematria sums to 83. The word football, 83. Brock Osweiler, 83. Fitting name for a football team. Osweiler, also a name with that 106 prophecy gematria. We'll see what happens with the rest of his career. It might already be fulfilled, already having won a Super Bowl. We'll see. We'll see what comes for Brock Osweiler. He was born November 22nd, the day JFK was assassinated in history. Born on a date with a life lesson number of 52, the word prophecy, the small way. Osweiler, the small way, also has that 52 gematria. These Manchurian athletes, born, named accordingly, drafted accordingly, playing the football game, scripted accordingly. JFK assassinated on 11/22 in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Freemason. Same gang of people who created football as we know it, American football. This game will come 61 days before Osweiler's 26th birthday. He's currently 25 years old, or a span of 62 days. With regards to Jacoby Brissett, I forgot to say that this game will come 80 days before his birthday, or a span of 81 days. See if those numbers pop up at all tonight in any way. Osweiler is a starter. This is going to be his 10th game. If he was on Sunday Night Football, I think that would be favorable for him because Sunday Night Football has the 39 connection just like the number 10. But here he is on Thursday Night Football. His record's currently 7-2. He's either going to be 8-2 or 7-3 by game's end. With the Broncos and the Texans, he's currently undefeated with the Texans, 2-0. At home, his current record is 5-1. If he loses tonight, he'll be 5-2. If he wins, he'll be 6-1. This year, the Texans host the Super Bowl on February 5th, a date that can be written 5/2 or 2/5. So here's the head-to-head record. Texans versus Patriots. Right now, the Patriots have won 5 times and lost once. If you count the playoffs, the Patriots, they're 5-2 all time. Or excuse me, if you count the playoffs, they're 6-1, the Patriots. Regular season, they're currently 5-1. If the Patriots win tonight, they'll also become 5-1 in Thursday night football games. So after tonight, they'll either be 6-1 or 5-2 in the regular season, or 7-1 or 6-2 all time. Their recent matchups right here. The only loss for the Patriots to the Texans, the only time the Patriots ever lost to the Texans was on Hank Stram's birthday, the man I talked about who founded the original Texans team. That's the tribute. That's why they defeated the Patriots in the time of them being the dynasty team. They did it on the original, or on the birthday of Hank Stram, the original founder of the first Texans team. That's how this league is rigged. And those are the types of things, when you're aware of them, they can be the deal breaker between the way the game's scripted. As I'm showing you, a lot of the times the scripting in these games is tight, and it's hard to tell which way it's going for. You can see how the game's scripted, but again, you have to get the full picture. You got to get as much information as possible to make the clearest read. Also, the last time they played, it was on a date with a life lesson number of 33, and the game finished with a sum of 33 points. Same year, last year, that they changed the field goal extra point attempt to 33 yards. Something I noticed about tonight's game to the upcoming Super Bowl, it's a total span of 137 days. That's the 33rd prime number. Hank Stram. If you cheat and write NE Patriots for New England Patriots, it also has the gematria of 137. I wouldn't give that too much weight, but it is interesting that this game comes 137 days before the upcoming Super Bowl. Bill O'Brien, the current coach of the Texans, he was born in Boston, Massachusetts. Might very well have grown up a Patriots fan. You got to wonder who he's really cheering for tonight. Born October 23rd, born in the only month with 33 gematria, 10 plus 23, another 33. His current record as a coach, regular season, 20 wins, 14 losses. If he loses tonight, it'll be his 15th. If he wins tonight, his 21st regular season win. One playoff game, one loss. What's interesting about this game in regards to his upcoming birthday on October 23rd, he's currently 46 years old. He'll be turning 47, that special number. This game comes 31 days before his 47th birthday. And 31 is relevant because Boston has gematria of 31 with the S exception where he's born, and Houston also has the gematria of 31. He's the current coach of the Houston Texans. Big game for him. If he wins tonight, this will easily be the biggest win of his career, winning on the road against the Patriots. And it could happen. If you think the Texans are going to win, go with your heart, go with your own knowledge and research. I'm telling you why the picture to me looks like it's in the favor of the Patriots. And TrueSeeker, I hate to say this because I hate the Patriots more than any other team. The more decoding I do with each week and the more I see the way these games are scripted and realizing that this is the 97th season of the NFL, the rumors about there being a Giants-Patriots rematch in the Super Bowl for the third time, it is entirely possible. I really hope that doesn't happen, but I'm getting nervous with things like Bill Belichick equal a 97 in the 97th season of the NFL. Show you what's interesting about Bill Belichick tonight and the game. He is coaching for his 226th ever career win. If you missed my week 1 prediction, I said why the Patriots should upset the Cardinals even though they were 10-point underdogs. Bill Belichick was playing for his 224th win. The number 224 is the 84th prime number. Arizona in gematria sums to 84, the number we began with. United States of America, 84. Jesuits, 84. That connects to the Catholic Church that have Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals equals 84. It seemed fitting that Bill Belichick would get his 224th win against the team with all the 84 connections, the Arizona Cardinals, and that did happen. Coming into that game, he had 223 wins. He got his 224th. Tonight he's playing for his 226th, 226, and this game is coming a span of 22 weeks and 6 days from his birthday. He's also born on April 16th, the 106th day of the year, the number of prophecy, and he's born in the year 52. 52 prophecy the small way, 106 prophecy the big way, April 16th, the 106th day. So many sports stars, we just talked about that with Osweiler, and here it is with Belichick. So many stars have the numbers of prophecy. The gang, these things are important to. So will Bill Belichick get win 226 in Boston by the numbers tonight? I think he will. Bill Belichick's also playing for his 190th win tonight. Synagogue of Satan equals 190. The Synagogue of Satan equals 223. The equals 33. It's just 33 more. He began the season with 223 wins. Will he get his 190th, which also connects, in week 3? We're seeing all these protests with the Star-Spangled Banner. We'll see if anything new happens with that topic tonight. We're in Patriot land, New England. The team to benefit from September 11th in the Patriot Act. Bill is also currently 64 years old. I just talked about the significance of 64 and 190 in Monday Night Football. The starting quarterback, Carson Wentz for the Eagles, had 190 passing yards, defeating the Bears in their 64th game on Monday Night Football. Soldier Field equals 64. Watch that video. The Revelation verse 3:7 is about the Synagogue of Satan. The powers that be, the Freemasons who code all this stuff, these numbers come from places. They come from things such as the Bible. They are using the Bible as a playbook, just like a football coach uses a playbook. Revelation's the 66th book of the Bible. NFL in Jewish gematria equals 66. The first Super Bowl in the 66th season. If the Texans do win tonight, here's something if the Texans win tonight, I think we're going to see this happen. They will win. If they win tonight, I think we'll see them win out until they have this home game against the Colts in primetime. This game against the Colts is exactly 112 days before the Super Bowl. If they win out up to this game, the Texans, they'll be 5-0. And if they lose to the Colts at home, which they routinely do, they'll be 5-1 in the year of Super Bowl 51. This game is exactly 112 days before the Super Bowl. Houston equals 112. Andrew Luck equals 112. Horseshoe equals 112. All year I've been documenting how they're coding 112 next to the Colts. They even had a story at the beginning of the offseason about how Peyton Manning threw 112 touchdown passes to Marvin Harrison while a member of the Colts. This year's Super Bowl logo for Houston looks a lot like a horseshoe if you look at it too. People who are worried about the Colts being 0-2, I wouldn't worry. The year they went to the AFC Championship, they were 0-2. 2 times under Andrew Luck, they've been 0-2, and they went to the playoffs. The Texans are also known for taking nosedives. Under the current coach they have, both seasons they finished 9-7. Here we are in the 97th season of the NFL. Last week, the conclusion of Week 2, home teams went 9-7. The halftime score of the Bears game was 9-7. It opened up with number 97 named Destiny, creating a fumble. Destiny equals 33. MNF for Monday Night Football equals 33. The first player to score a touchdown was number 33. It's all a big script. So anyway, trying to read the script and know the script in advance, that's not an exact science. If you can't appreciate that, then sadly you're probably just not intelligent enough to be here. To realize the games are scripted is one thing. To predict what it's going to be, to try and forecast the script, that's another. And that can be somewhat challenging. The Texans win tonight. I suspect they'll start 5-0 when they face the Colts in this game. That'll be the game that turns the Colts season around. Also possible is they lose tonight at the Patriots and maybe lose at the Vikings or to the Titans, and then by the time they face the Colts, they become 3-3. Because what I've documented over the years is how much they love to give a tribute to 33 when the Colts and Texans meet. Routine. So I think the Texans will either be 5-1 or 3-3 by the end of the Colts game, is what I'm trying to tell you. Again, here's that gematria for Houston, Andrew Luck, horseshoe. The word luck alone equals 47. The name Oliver Luck, the small way, equals 47. That's the father of Andrew Luck, who played his entire career for the Houston Oilers, which became the Tennessee Titans. 47th Super Bowl of the modern era. So far, the Patriots have won at Arizona versus Miami. That was the 99th game all-time against Miami. New England 99. Both the owners tonight, they're both Roberts. The Freemasons love the name Robert because it has gematria of 33. Robert C. McNair has the same gematria as Freemasonry. Over here we have Robert Kraft, the Freemason. His name equals 211. The 47th prime is named the small way, equals 85, like National Football League. He's born on the 156th day of the year. When you write out 33, it sums to 156. Fitting date for a Freemason. The date Ronald Reagan passed at age 93, who was the 33rd governor of California. Here's the history of the teams. Texans on Thursday Night Football. First ever game against the Broncos. The only one they won. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight. If they lose tonight, they'll be 1-6. 2016, they're hosting the Super Bowl for the 16th season. Unfortunately, the Patriots might be there again. With regards to this game coming on the final day of the French Republican calendar, the word France equals 47, the word Republican equals 47, France a Masonic nation, 47 an important number to the Freemasons. On the 47th year of the French Republican calendar, on New Year's Day, they discovered the planet Neptune. If you haven't seen my work on the planets, all 3 of the recent planets discovered were discovered on dates with 33 numerology: Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Planets equals 33 in gematria. From the date Neptune was discovered to the date Pluto was discovered was 84 years. Pluto equals 84. United States of America equals 84. And Pluto was discovered supposedly by an astronomer in the U.S., the only planet to be discovered by somebody from the U.S. Uranus discovered by Great Britain, red, white, and blue. Neptune by France, red, white, and blue. Pluto by the U.S., red, white, and blue. All on dates with 33 numerology. Planets equals 33. The people who discovered them, 2 of them had 33 names, including the U.S. astronomer. For the Patriots Thursday Night Football, they're currently 4-1. If they win tonight, they'll be 5-1 in the year of Super Bowl 51 with the quarterback with the 51 name gematria starting. If they lose tonight, they'll be 4-2 like Tom Brady's record in Super Bowls. This is an interesting angle. If they lose tonight, they'll be 4-2, Tom Brady's record. Tom Brady has only lost twice in Super Bowls, both to the team from NYC, and one of those was Super Bowl 42. NYC equals 42. Very possible that there's a repeat of the Patriots and Giants in the Super Bowl. Even if the Patriots lose tonight, they could end up there. And should they lose tonight, that might be the foreshadowing that if that is the Super Bowl, they'll drop it to the Giants again. The Patriots' first ever Thursday night football game was against the Giants. They won that with a combined 73 points. New York Giants and gematria sums to 64 and 73. 75 points against the Jets. Or they lost to the Jets with a combined 65 points. Defeated the Jets September 12th, 2013. You know what's interesting about that? That's a date with 54 numerology, and they defeated the Jets on that day. Jets equals 54. That's where it can get tricky sometimes. Sometimes, you think that the team's going to win based on the numbers, and they don't. And that's where I think sometimes the QB narrative is greater than the date and team narrative. And tonight, I'm saying Jacoby Brissett, the 51 name gematria, 5-1 Patriots, seems to be his day. Brissett equals the same thing as Houston. Last year, the Jets got their 54th win all-time against the Patriots on a date with 54 numerology. So look at that. Almost every game that they've played, that's crazy when you think about it. Okay, every game that they've played on Thursday Night Football has been against a New York team until tonight. Okay, think about that. And there's this major narrative for a New York team to be in the Super Bowl because NRG equals 39. Construction started on March 9th, 3-9. New York equals 39. Every Super Bowl won by a New York team has a 39 connection. It's Super Bowl LI. L is the 12th letter. 1 plus 2 becomes 3. 12 is 3 in numerology. I is 9. So LI breaks down to 39. 39 is the New York number. Tom Brady's 39. I'm going to die if the Patriots are in the Super Bowl again. Even though it's all rigged and I can't stand it anyway, I just hate the Patriots so much and everybody who cheers for them. Bandwagon fans. There were no Patriots fans in this world before September 11th. Remember when the Patriots got blown out by the Chicago Bears 46-10? Revolutionary 4-6 defense that year. Chicago won. Chicago equals 46. That was that 85 Super Bowl. But anyway, look at that. All New York teams and then Texans. I think that's some serious foreshadowing for what's to come later this year. Giants and Texans too. And it was a Jet that injured Drew Bledsoe. If you missed my video on Drew Bledsoe's injury by the numbers and how Tom Brady took over by the numbers, I'm going to link that in the description. You got to watch these videos. The NFL is such a joke. Sometimes it takes a while for things to click. I wrote this, and the whole New York thing, it didn't really set in until just right now. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? All New York teams until tonight, huh? And you would think the Patriots would have played on more Thursday night football. Being the team they are, a primetime game. It's only the 6th time ever. Again, if you're betting on the game, go with who you think's going to win. Houston Texans 51, Super Bowl 41. They're coming in 4-1. Will they emerge 5-1 against the Houston Texans? From Tom Brady's August 3rd birthday to today is 50 days. Brady equals 50. America 50. Full span of days, it's 51 days. Houston Texans 51. Conspiracy 51. Tom Brady, his whole career conspiracy. Rob Gronkowski's going to play his first game this season. He's born on a fitting day to be a member of the Patriots. That's his birth numerology. From his birthday to today is 131 days. That's the Super Bowl number. He's from Arizona, not too far from Texas and Houston. Coming back on the Super Bowl day, the number 131 is the 32nd prime. You see this Super Bowl 131, Championship 131, 57 written out, 131. 131, the 32nd prime, NFL 32, UK 32, America 32. Date of Declaration of Independence, date with 32 numerology. It's all a joke. It's fake injuries. It's rigged sports by the numbers. It's a grand mocking of the fans who need to stop giving their time, energy, money to these leagues, these tyrants. Until next time.